They'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Florida's offense will have the ball first. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week when basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he was making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before.
Oh, he's got some space. They finally get to him. The one-way there to pick up the first down. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. The give. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring...
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. Oh, the ball squirts out. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that is a roller coaster. We got the pick. Oh, no, we just lost it. Oh, no, we got it back. At the end of the day, the defense, David, still had it.
Yeah, and all you're trying to do is force turnovers, create plays. Nice job getting the interception. And listen, when you're running to the football, trying to block, that ball comes out. Nice job falling on it, creating the turnover.
Makes it past the marker. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Missouri!
And this defense really wanted to come out and set the tone and be physical, but the offense did that. They took control. They owned the line of scrimmage. They create the big explosive run on the first drive to really set the tone in this football game.
They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed them for the big play in the running game. One snap, one touchdown. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They'd love to get something started here, down 6-0. Quarterback on the keeper. Thrust that arm out. Nice run there to keep things moving before they force him out of bounds.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the first down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the...
And the seal on the way. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. The Gators come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking for a crease. It's Stockton. At the 20, he's got space. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida! Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
Man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Setting up for the extra point that will put them on top. And they move on top with the extra point, 7-6. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And he finished off the drive with a 30-yard scoring scamper. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll take the return, try to get better field position. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. These two teams swapping early scores, and they'll try to move back on top, starting the drive down 7-6. They'll give it to the back. Still on his feet at the 40. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
How about the defense trying to slow this dude down? He's a Heisman contender for a reason. He's so difficult to tackle, and what a challenge. All week long, they knew that they had to key on this guy and really try to at least limit him if they were going to win.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
This time it's complete. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp. Turning it on. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Tigers. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Coming out with it, it's Abrams. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. We've had some early action here as they take over, trailing 13-7. Quick release on the RPO.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
Trying play action. Fires one high and deep. He's got it down the right side. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now, guys. Of course, we're only in the first quarter. This guy's already thrown one pick. He should have thrown his second right there.
Just keeps slinging it. Fires to the middle. Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Mizzou has it back in the offense coming out on the field. We expected points. We've gotten some early, up 13-7 as they go back on the attack. Snagged out of the air. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Tigers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Running back searching for a hole. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a backbreaker through the offensive coordinator because in first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up. And now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
He now has 106 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
They'll line up to go for 2. Dropping back, it's Wynn. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Oh, and that's tough, man. It was drawn up right. It was a good throw. It was right in his hands. You just want your playmaker to make that play and get to the 2-point conversion.
And and he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative and play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Leaves it with the back. He has the first and still on his feet. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. The marker is at the 35, and they need to get it there to convert 3rd down. Throws toward the end zone. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Make sure that there's not going to be a return on this one. Ball's out of bounds, and I think they'll mark it right around the 25. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Few things on offense as reliable as a tough power back as he plows his way ahead to the 33.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The play action fake. Gets rid of it. Fires it incomplete.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on 3rd down. To the air, it's Wynn. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field.
On the fake, they snapped it to the up man. He's on the move. And the gamble pays off as they pick up the 1st down.
And so many times when you're studying the other team and their defense and what they're going to do, you know there's certain looks you're going to get into. And I think they saw one they liked, snapped it to the up back. He catches the football, gets north and south, gets the 1st down. Nice execution on the fake punt, baby.
That's a bang-bang play, 3-step slant. They rep this over and over in practice so they can go out and execute it on game day like that.
Missouri comes to the line with another 1st down. They'll try the counter. Picks up the 1st down, still moving. Powers through. And how much running room have they been able to find on the ground? Man, are they piling up some gaudy rushing stats. The Tigers just got that huge run. They love another explosive play. Looking downfield on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Inside the 15, out of bounds at the 14-yard line. The offense looking for a score. And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Moves away as he feels pressure. Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to fire on 2nd down. They're working that left side. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Smashes ahead. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Back to throw, it's Wynn. Touchdown, Missouri! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And I tell you what, this part of the field, once you start getting in the red zone and the field shrinks, you got more big bodies on the field. The running threat is real. Tight ends come on the field, and what happens? Run a little play action off of it, get it to the big fella. Nice plucking it out of the sky, getting the touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
The Gators, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. To the air on first down. Fires to the big fella. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Makes the grab. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets it out quickly. Brings into the open.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Red pass is complete. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a nice pickup.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's third and goal. Big fella moving. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Gator! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Back to throw, it's Wynn. It's complete to the right. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Punt will bounce out of bounds, and they're going to spot it at the 25. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heel.
There he goes. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The Gators, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Here's the handoff. Can't get him to the ground. He had a whole host of defenders he had to dodge in the backfield. And the Gators now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Fires to the tight end. Lowers those pads. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Hard running there.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Quickly to the tight end. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Gators really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Yeah, and I just need a crease. I need you offensive linemen, just like right here. Great job holding the point of attack. Don't let any penetration come in. Give me a little sliver, and then you see the running back, Palmer. He'll do the rest, lower his shoulder, and make sure he gets the first down.
Yeah, it means a lot to this offense, too, to have a guy like this that always just seems to fall forward. He always, in these short-yarded situations, knows where that first down marker is, and he's able to get those hidden yards in piles, driving his legs to help keep this drive alive.
This defense has owned the first half. They've given up some yards on this drive. Big third down coming. You've built a little bit of a lead. Try to force the field goal. Don't give up the big play here.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. Got the first down, looking for more. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
And I think the biggest thing for this young man is we've seen him be so great all throughout the season. How do you finish? And how do you finish decides if you win that big.
Oh, he's got some space. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
And this guy's going to have to come through for you in this game. He picks up another first down, but he's your Heisman contender. He's the best player on your football team, and he's a guy that's just going to have to touch the ball a lot in this game if you're going to win.
Oh, they're after him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
He's got him in the flat. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. To the air, it's Wynn. He's got him. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
He'll run for it. Shakes off the defender. He's got enough for a Missouri first down. Probably the only people upset about going for it on fourth down, the punters, who don't seem to see the field as much as they used to.
Now when you've got a running back like that, he just has like a sixth sense. He always seems like he can just find the crease, especially in these short yardage situations. He comes up with a huge play there on fourth down.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Dumps it to the back. Oh, he makes the catch. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
He unleashes a long one. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Off play action. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time. They had a much better field position this time around. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Maybe some confusion on the snap count. It's going to be a false start.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Looking downfield, it's Wynn. That's caught. It's Gilbert. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. From the shotgun, the inside give. Turning it on. Doing some serious work on the ground. Out of bounds at the 35 after that big run.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 35-yard pass for 6. You get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the offense doesn't want to take a chance here. They'll just come out and take a knee and wrap up the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
All right, guys, you've been calling a magnificent game there in Gainesville so far. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. 2 workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment. With that said, let's send it back to our guys and all those chopping hands there in the swamp.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. And the Gators will kick it off to start the second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the return man's journey is stopped, but there is a flag on the play.
Holding. Receiving team.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Well, this is not what the doctor ordered in terms of starting field position. To the ground with the back. Rumbles ahead for 6 and all the way out to the 16.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
To the air, it's Wynn. Here's the pressure. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
The sweet feet buy a little time. Another incompletion on third down. So Missouri will have to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in and looking upfield. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Looking to throw on first down. Makes the grab. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? He'll pull it on the read. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Gators will call on their punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. From the gun, the running back has it. Got the first down and still on his feet. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Defenses have had their hands full slowing this guy down all season long. It's the speed, and it's the open field running ability and vision. That's why he's second in the nation in rushing yards, and that's why he's square in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy.
And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They're dealing with a second and long. Back to pass, it's Wynn. Back open in the middle. Breaks into the open. Ripping through the defense. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. And this quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
So now it's second and long. They just keep firing. This time he's got his man. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. The Tigers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Trying to pick it up on the ground. And he gets it inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9 where it'll be first and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. Wants to go up top. Trying to pull his way in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They'll send the back in motion. Second down, he'll throw it. Touchdown, Missouri! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. his second receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And the extra point is good. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead.
14.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gators sending the offense back to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Looking to throw on first down. The short hands, it's Montgomery.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Wants to throw on first down. Makes the grab.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around, and maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It's starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the 3rd quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Using his legs to buy some time. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man there. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Shoots it to the left. And the defense making a play, getting a hand on that pass.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say...
There he goes. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. To the ground, he's got it again. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Ball is loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Yeah, and listen, this guy's had a good day. I know they're trailing and they need to put some drives together, but I also wouldn't abandon him because he's had such a monster day and he's been the bright spot so far for this offense.
Unloads quickly. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Florida.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
And he splits the uprights on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. They'll go back to work with a sizable margin still up there on the scoreboard. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. They'll leave it with him. He is not afraid to use that stiff arm as a weapon as he bangs his way to the 28. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Rushes on him. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long, throwing for so many touchdowns, looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits on this guy.
Well, going RPO in that second down, the idea was they were going to have to throw and try to get a big chunk of yards to maybe get the first or set up third and short, but no problem because your quarterback's playing smart football right now. And he takes off running when no one's there. Now you've given yourself a good chance to convert this third down because of the quarterback's decision making.
Wants to throw. It's Wynn. Fires to the right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver is going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They'll go back to the air on second down. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. Mizzou coming out with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
Looking downfield on first down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long, different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
Here's the heat. They get to him as he throws. Picked off to stop the threat. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
That is a tough one to take. They had the interception, but it's taken away by the pass interference penalty. That's the last thing this defense needed, a penalty to keep the drive moving. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a man. Quarterback just flat, missed him, incomplete.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown in this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
And the third down pass is incomplete. Now on fourth down, here comes the field goal team. He's going to have to get into this one a little bit from 47 yards away. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They haven't had a whole lot of production, nor much to show for it on the scoreboard so far, and if they're going to get back in this game, it needs to start right now. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Starts a drive trying to go up top. He's got an open man. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Got his man quickly. At the 45 on his way. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. So first down will open up the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Right on the money. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a man, it's Alford. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Gator!
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A lot of interest in this CUSA showdown today, so let's catch you up to speed on things. Middle Tennessee is ahead in this one. This team plays a fun brand of football there in Murfreesboro, but they're a long way from closing this out.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away.
Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. And on the interception return, he'll finally be stopped at the 33.
The most frustrating thing I see in football is when teams give up and they quit and they wave the white flag. It drives me nuts. You're on the field. Your job is to stop them. It doesn't matter what the scoreboard is. It doesn't matter how much time is left. Keep fighting. Keep grinding. You never know what can happen. Maybe you get hot. Maybe you make an all-time comeback.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback.
Oh, he's got some space. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Now down to the 12-yard line. It's first down. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida. Let's see if they can roll snake eyes in a good way and get the deuce. Precision blocking up front. Trying to get the 2. Here comes the heat, and down goes the quarterback, and they won't be able to get any closer with the 2-point try. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Mizzou has it back on the offense coming out on the field. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Finding open areas. Smashes through the tackle. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Man, he has been the definition of consistent all year long. You talk about building a team. You get a guy like this that you can hand the football, and he makes play after play after play. That's why he's number 2 in college football in rushing, and that's why he's in the Heisman Trophy picture. A running back in the Heisman Trophy picture. It's kind of been a dying element. This guy's very much in the race.
Defense just hasn't had an answer for this guy. He has been on point. This is about as good as I've seen him play at the quarterback position. And here in the fourth quarter with a big lead, he's still taking shots.
To the air. It's Wynn. Wide open downfield. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
Well, I tell you, man, this guy's been putting on a show all game long. We've seen his decision-making. We've seen his athleticism. Because of him, they've got this huge lead in the fourth quarter. So why stop throwing it?
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Oh, the fumble and the defense got it. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Gator. And they turn it into a defensive score. Here comes the two-point try.
Now, defenses are always trying to force turnovers, to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. This game might be out of reach by now, Jesse, if not for the benevolent. Turning it on! Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. Just a short pass to the tight end. Getting closer and closer to midfield, out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 47. And now on second down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Alford. Throws to the wideout. A strike downfield. Finally corralled, and not before. He picks up the first down.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because
Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. Defense trying to take it back. He almost popped out of there for a huge return, but they will take it. They are in business after the fumble recovery. Mizzou has it back, and the offense coming out on the field. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Handoff from the shotgun. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. Quick timeout by the defense. But they're cornering the market on fakes. Here comes another one. They tried to catch him napping on that fake, but turns out they were wide awake. Here comes the biggest drive of the game for this offense. Down 1 score. Grabbed behind the line. It's Abrams. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. offense gets set for second down. Pulls and fires complete. Brought down at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. It'll be a first down. They'll run this play from the pistol. Looking for a man. It's Alfred. Fires on the move. He caught it. Oh, and he thought he had a chance to house him, but the defense tackles him at the 3. Guys, this offense has a couple of jobs. The first one, get the touchdown. Then they'll need the 2 to tie here in the 4th. Fakes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Florida.
Yeah, I tell you what, great job by this offense. Great execution. You drive down the field, you get the score. Now what's your 2-point play? You practiced it all week. What's your go-to in this moment late in the 4th quarter when you need the 2-point conversion?
He is denied. Stopped short of the goal line, trying to tie the game, and he will not get the 2-point conversion. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it. Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. We'll see how aggressive this defense is with just a few minutes to play.
No doubt the offense at this point of the game with the lead late, they're going to try and run the football. They're going to try and bleed the clock. They need all ball carriers to stay in bounds to keep this clock ticking, just like that guy did there.
And the Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. The give to the back. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. He'll keep it on the sneak. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. It's one thing to execute early in the game.